Hi, my name is Jane Flannery and this is my Fitness Certificate 4 Practical Simulation Assessment. The first section is Preparation, OH&S and Wrist Check. I have created the session plan for my client today. I have reread the session plan to make sure I remember and understand it. I have contacted my client to make sure she knows the location of the training session today and reconfirmed an hour beforehand to make sure that she's coming. I have checked with the other personal trainers and group exercise instructors to make sure that they don't require the equipment for their clients or other gym users. I have set out the gym in the order that I wish to use the equipment today and make sure the session runs efficiently. I have checked the equipment for any faults or hazards and make sure that it is safe to use for my client and doesn't require any alterations. I have checked the training area for any hazards and the area is safe to train. This section is welcoming the client and pre-screening. My client today is Donna. Hi Donna, how are you?
Hi Jen.
Are you ready for your training session?
I am.
That's good. So briefly, I just want to go through your pre-exercise questionnaire form and a few questions that you've answered, but if you could just tell me now.
Okay.
Do you have any medical conditions that may make it dangerous for you to perform or participate in physical activity today?
No.
Okay. Do you have diabetes type 1 or type 2?
No.
Do you have any diagnosed muscle, bone or joint problems that you have been told could be made worse by participating in physical activity or exercise?
No, I'm all good.
Do you ever experience unexplained pain chests at rest or during physical exercise?
No.
Okay, that's great. Now, I note in your PQ under what do you wish to achieve with your new program that you wish to increase your strength, muscle tone and your cardio.
Yes.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
So we're going to be performing a fitness test for strength today. 3 strength exercises. We'll also be doing a fitness test for strength, 2 modified exercises for the special populations and a cardio exercise. How does that sound?
That sounds great.
Okay. Now I may need to touch you today to just correct your technique. Do I have your permission to do so?
Okay, good.
This next section is a fitness test I'm going to be getting Donna to perform. It's called a bent knee push-up test. And it is a test for your shoulder strength, your chest, which is your pectoralis major, and your triceps. It is also a good muscular endurance test. There are some safety concerns with this test, Donna. If you push yourself past the point of safety, you run the risk of causing muscular strain and exhaustion. So if you have weak shoulder muscles or chest muscles, you can strain or tear them. So the goal is to do as many as you can with good form until you can do no more.
Okay.
So don't worry about your rate. We will test it against the norm table of the rating table, but it really is just a test for yourself against yourself.
Okay.
So I will instruct you first on the mat. Hands directly under shoulders, balancing on your knees, back in a neutral position, in a plank position. Do not arch it, so straight. And what I will get you to do is inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Make sure you engage your core at all times, balancing on your knees, back straight in a plank-like position. All good?
Yeah.
Your turn. Form is important and technique is very important. So just lift, balancing on your knees with your feet up. Correct. That looks good, just slightly arch a bit, so yep. Elbows out and inhaling down. 1, 2, 3, 8. It's nice, Donna. 11. 16. Again, this is a very good exercise for your muscular endurance. 2, going so well, Donna. Good form. 6. Don't arch that back. Draw your core in. That takes you to the excellent category, Donna. Well done.
Should I stop?
Yeah, that's well done. You could keep going. So comparing your rating with the norm for women for the modified push-ups, which is on the knees, and in your age bracket, you are in the excellent category. It's fantastic. Well
Great,
done.
thank you.
Donna, the next section is about strength exercises. We're going to do a chest, a back and a leg exercise. The first exercise is a chest exercise and it is the dumbbell chest press. I will get you to do one set of 10 repetitions. Normally I'd get you to do 3 sets of 10 repetitions, but for today we'll just do 1 set. Now it will be to an intensity of RM, which is repetition maximum of 10 to 15, which is moderate intensity for endurance.
Okay.
So I'm going to be spotting you through this exercise. What I find is to grab the wrists before the elbows. I can get to you quicker if you become unstable at any stage. So please let me know. I will be spotting you during it. And if you're struggling, let me know and I'll grab your wrists. I've done a wrist check of the area, a quick wrist check of the area, and all appears okay for us to start training and doing this exercise. What weights do you normally use for this exercise?
About a 7.
A 7. Well, that's what I've chosen today. Form is important during this exercise, and I just think we'll start with a 7 kilo and we can adjust it later. I'll start demonstrating for you and then I will get you to do it after that. As mentioned, form is important with this exercise and correct technique. So basically, we're using a flat bench today, dumbbells on our thighs, hands facing each other. We're going to be doing a little kick up. Do not arch the back during this exercise or lift your glutes off the bench. Feet flat on the ground. Just come forward a bit. Feet flat on the ground. We're going to be twisting the wrists outwards. Then we will bring our dumbbells down to our chest, either side of our chest, shoulder width apart. Forearms, upper arms at a 90-degree angle. And exhaling as we push the dumbbells up. Inhaling on the eccentric phase, the relaxing phase to the starting position. Exhale. Inhale. To exit the exercise, put the dumbbells back on your thighs, feet up. Slight kick up, the momentum brings you back up, putting the dumbbells back down to the sides. Important not to drop the dumbbells because it can affect your rotator cuff in your shoulders and also dangerous for other gym users. Okay, your turn, Donna. Dumbbells on the thighs, feet flat, slight kick up. Sometimes I suggest bringing your feet up just to take the arch out of your back. Feet back on the floor, glutes on the floor, feet flat, dumbbells up. Start off, push up, twist, come back down, 90-degree angle. That is your starting position.
Okay.
And coming straight up, Yeah. This way you're using your chest, you're not using your triceps. Straight up, about that angle, 90 degree. We'll get you to do 10. The muscles used in this exercise are your pectoralis major, which is your chest muscles, are the major muscles used, your anterior deltoids, which are at the front of your shoulders, and your triceps. Pectoralis major forces the dumbbells up. The anterior deltoids push the upper arms away from the torso, and the triceps move your forearms into the elbow locking position. Back on the thighs, feet up, slight kick, and okay to put the dumbbells down. This is a compound strength exercise. It uses multiple joints, shoulder and elbow joints. The core is engaged at all times using the breath, Donna. And she did a great job. Well done, thank you. Donna, the next strength exercise is a back exercise. It's called a barbell bent over row. I'll get you to perform one set of 10 repetitions to an intensity of 10 to 15 repetition maximum, yet again, moderate intensity for endurance. Generally, there's no spotting for this exercise. However, if you find at any stage that you need my assistance, particularly for the last few reps, please let me know and I'll grab onto the bar with you to stop it crashing to the ground. So what weight do you normally use for this exercise, Donna?
About 20.
Yeah, 20 is what I've used today, which is basically the barbell. Common technique areas with this exercise are people just use their back to pull it up or their knees to pull it up. It's really important to bring your scapula, your shoulder blades in together to take the weight. Bending at the knees, picking up the barbell. I'll instruct you how to do it. By the way, I have done a quick wrist check of the area and all appears okay for us to train. Feet shoulder width apart. Really important, another common technique area is people lifting their torso during this exercise. Very important that the torso remains parallel to the ground. You can look in the mirror. Parallel to the ground. Please check yourself during the exercise. Knees slightly bent. Hands in a pronated grip. Make sure the back's straight. Head up. And you elbows in, taking the weight in your forearms. So you are in your starting position now. Exhale. Coming up to the chest, make sure you don't lift your torso. Inhale to the starting position. Arms perpendicular to your torso and the floor. Elbows in. Inhale. Inhale. And down. Make sure at the top, when you contract, that you just squeeze your shoulder blades together and hold for a second, and then back down. Oh, your turn. See yourself in the mirror. Don't forget I was spotting you during this exercise. I'll get you to do 10. So, parallel to the ground, arms perpendicular. Take the weight in the forearms, elbows in, Donna, and 10. Knees slightly bent. Inhale, exhale. The muscles used in this exercise are your upper back, which is your trapezius and rhomboids, your posterior deltoids, which are the back of your shoulders, your biceps and brachialis, which are at the front of your upper arms, your middle back, your core is engaged, as if your core and your glutes, so you're holding you in that bent over row position. Your hamstrings, glutes also play a part in holding you in that bent over row position. Your latissimus dorsi down the back here is also engaged during this exercise. Well done. Well done, Donna. Your core and lower back kept you in that isometric hold as well. Really, really good technique. Again, very important, this exercise. This exercise is a shoulder joint extension as well, and the scapulae sliding towards the spine to bring the barbell up. The next strength exercise we're going to be performing today, Donna, is a leg exercise called the weighted lunge. So with this exercise, I'll get you to perform one set of 10 repetitions again. Normally I'd ask you to do 3 sets of 10, but for today, 1 set of 10. Form is important. The weight should be heavy enough to fatigue you through 10 repetitions. I will be spotting you today. Now the normal form of spotting is for me to stand behind you and to, if you lunge forward with you and then come back. And the other leg, lunge forward and come back. One of the technique problems or errors that people find with this exercise is balance. Very important to have balance. If you don't have good balance, it's better to start off without any weights at all. How is your balance?
I think I'm good.
You're good. Have you've used 7 kilos on this before? Okay, I've started with 2 7-kilo weights. So what I'll do now is just instruct you how to do this. If you need my spotting at any time to support you, because it does support you and help you with your balance, let me know. But do you think you'll be okay?
I think so.
To begin with, and you can let me know.
Yes.
I will be standing by to watch. So starting off, got your dumbbells, feet slightly less than shoulder width apart, dumbbells at the side, shoulders down and back. Head forward, pick a point in front of you to keep your chin up. On your heels, I want you to inhale. Your arms are in a hammer grip, by the way, by your sides. Okay. Core, brace your core whilst maintaining your breath. And big step, right leg on the heel first. Front thigh, parallel to the ground. Make sure your knee does not go over your toes, as this puts significant strain on your knee. Make sure your leg is tracking over your ankle. Your back leg balancing on the toes, knee bent. Make sure your back knee does not hit the ground. Inhale on the down and pushing off from your heel. Exhale on the way back. Left leg, big step forward, dropping, again making sure your leg's over your ankle, knee no further forward, make sure it doesn't go over the toe, and exhale, pushing back. How does that sound? A lot of people, I'll put these down too, a lot of people, this is a great exercise for the lower body. A lot of people don't do it because it puts too much strain on their knees. If you feel pain in your knee, please just take a shorter step.
Okay.
Your turn. Heel first, bending down, and 10 reps. The muscles used in this exercise, your quadriceps, your hamstrings, and your glutes. Using the dumbbells, you also use your upper and lower trapezius and your scapulae as stabilizers. Three to go. Your core and your lower back also keep you in a stable position. Torso nice and straight. 2 to go. Great technique, Donna. Great technique. And that's it. Well done, fabulous. Donna, this next exercise, there's two modified exercises for people in the special population range. And they are, the first one is for someone with high blood pressure, and then the second one is for someone with lower back pain. So this exercise is a modified push-up for someone suffering with high blood pressure. High blood pressure is where your blood is pumping through your arteries at a higher rate than normal. Someone with a high blood pressure, also known as hypertension, has a resting blood pressure greater than 140/90. The modified push-up I'm going to get you to perform today is a wall push-up. It is a great exercise for someone with high blood pressure because it still exercises their shoulders, chests and arms and increases their muscular strength there. High blood pressure can cause many diseases such as kidney failure, heart attack and stroke. Research has shown that moderate strengthening exercises can reduce blood pressure. So I'm going to instruct you firstly how to do a wall push-up. I will use this wall here. So standing a little further back than arm's length. Arms shoulder width apart at shoulder height. Coming in. This is your starting position. Feet flat on the floor, torso straight. This is your starting position. On the exhale, coming back out. On the inhale, coming in. Exhale. Inhale. Head straight, looking straight at the wall. Inhale. Exhale. Return. Again, this is a great exercise to strengthen shoulder width apart. Yeah, correct. Yes. Great exercise to strengthen the arms, chest and shoulders. For someone with high blood pressure, it's a good exercise because it's easier to lower and lift yourself. Done 5 more, I'm going to do 10. It's a great exercise because it doesn't require them putting their hands above their head, which is not good for someone with high blood pressure. And there's no isometric hold. You're actually moving through the exercise continually. And much easier to lower and lift yourself. One more, Donna. Fantastic. Thank you. Well done.
Thank you.
Donna, this next exercise is a modified exercise for someone suffering lower back pain. It's for someone to strengthen their abdominal muscles, and it's a modified sit-up called an all-fours opposite arm leg extension. This is a great exercise for someone with lower back pain because it triggers the abdominals and lower back muscles, the lumbar spine muscles, and strengthens those areas and stabilises those areas. So firstly, I will instruct you. I normally would get you to do 5 to 10 each side, but for today we'll just do 2 each side. This exercise comes in 2 parts. Firstly, I'll show you first, and then I'll explain to you. So on the mat, on all fours, arms directly under the shoulders, shoulder width apart, knees directly under the hips. Comes in 2 parts. Firstly, just the legs, we move just the legs. Now just make sure, look in the mirror to make sure that your back is in a neutral position, straight position, and that you're engaging your core. By engaging your abdominals, you keep your back straight. Firstly, first part is just extending the back leg, hold for 3 to 5 seconds, and bring back down. Remember, keeping the back straight. Left leg, 3 to 5 seconds, down. Once you've mastered that, we then add the arm. Left arm, right leg, 3 to 5 seconds, back down. Right arm, left leg, hold 3 to 5 seconds, back down. So when actually doing the exercise, you're exhaling, inhaling, back to the starting position, maintaining your core. Turn. All fours. Make sure your knees are underneath your hips, Donna, directly underneath your hips. Back straight in the neutral position. Hands underneath your shoulders. And hip distance apart, just like that's it. Okay, we want to raise our right leg first. And down. Left leg. Down. Right leg. Remember breathing throughout the exercise. Right leg. Left leg, sorry. Now, right leg, left arm. 3 to 5 seconds. And down. Right arm, left leg. And down. Left arm. The muscles we're using are your glutes and your core. And your deltoids and your trapezius in your upper back. That's great technique. Well done, Donna. People with lower back pain should avoid high impact exercises such as step aerobics, basketball, running, as it puts too much strain on their spinal discs. Also, with strengthening exercises, any exercises above the head or on the shoulders, like a weighted squat, are not appropriate for someone with lower back pain, as it just puts too much strain on their spinal discs. This is a great exercise for someone suffering with lumbar degenerative disc disease, and it is the recommended exercise for that. Thank you, Donna. Well done. Thanks, Donna. The next exercise I'm going to get you to do is a cardio endurance exercise, and it's high intensity interval training on a stationary bike. HIIT involves alternating between very intense bouts of exercise and low intensity bouts of exercise. It is a muscular endurance exercise because it requires exercising at very high intensities for a long period of time, thus burning body fat and calories. HIIT improves aerobic and anaerobic endurance. Why? Because during the intense bouts of exercise, you're using sugar, glucose, and during the low intensity phase, you're actually burning the stored body fat, as well as post-exercise, because your metabolism stays at an elevated rate for about 24 hours afterwards, which is called the afterburn effect. HIIT involves fast twitch muscle fibers, which enable you to have that anaerobic burst of energy. So very important, I'm going to instruct you now. Bike setup is important. So hopping on the bike, I've set this up for you, Donna, and I think what's your height, we can check it though later. Bike setup is important, making sure that your extended leg has a slight bend in it, and we want to get the intensity correct. Also, I'd like you to have a water bottle and a towel available during this exercise, which I know you have. With the low intensity phase of the exercise, first of all, actually we'll start up with a warm up. So for today, about 1 minute for the warm up at a moderate intensity. Donna, the first part of the exercise is the warm up stage. For today, we'll just do a minute at a moderate intensity. After the minute, I will get you to go into the high intensity phase for 20 seconds. Now the high intensity phase is cycling for as hard as you can go for that duration of time, to the point where you're out of breath and you can't speak. A good way of gauging high intensity is the rate of perceived exertion, which is the RPE scale, where 1 is easy and 9 and 10 means you cannot talk and you can't breathe. For the fit individual, I would say shoot for the 9 to 10 RPE. For the beginner, I'd be looking 6 to 7. Today, I'd like you to shoot for 9 to 10. After the 20-second, and then back to the low intensity for 10 seconds. Now, with resistance on your bike, I want you to just make sure that there's enough resistance there that your legs aren't spinning out of control when you go into the surge stage. So a good gauge for that is when you go into the surge that you feel like the bike is actually resisting you, giving you enough resistance coming back. So after the 20 seconds of surge, back to the low intensity phase, and you can either take off for 10 seconds. So we've got a warm up of 1 minute, 20 seconds high intensity, 10 seconds low intensity, cool down of 2 minutes. So with the low intensity, you can either take the resistance away or slow down, just at a slow pace, an easy tempo. So I'll get you to start. So just check your seat height. We've got a timer on here. How's that height, Donna?
Yeah.
How's that leg? Slightly bent?
Yeah.
Okay. Resistance, just when you feel it's about. And just warm up for a minute. Now use your best judgment with this exercise. If you feel you need longer recovery phase, which is the lower intensity phase, reduce the intensity or just slow down, okay, or increase the recovery phase, or reduce the time. Going in nearly a minute? Yeah. Okay, I want 20 seconds now. Slow, nice, that's great. Normally I would do 8 rounds, which takes about 4 minutes, but today let's just do 2 rounds. 4 minutes. Okay, get you to do 20 seconds there. Hit on a stationary bike is a great exercise as it has a lower risk of injury. 10 seconds, slow down. Well done. Okay. 20 seconds starts now. HIIT not only is a great weight loss exercise as well as burns calories, it also acts via a complex series of physiological mechanisms such as the nervous and endocrine systems, slow down for 10, which helps lower insulin resistance, improve glucose tolerance. Okay, going. One more surge. And go. Increase exercise and post-exercise fat oxidation and decreases appetite. You're going really well, Donna. Fantastic. Okay, 10 seconds. Okay, now just at an easy tempo, just cool down. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. It's fantastic for muscular endurance because it keeps you exercising at high intensities for a longer period of time and thus burning body fat. Well done, Donna. That was a great session. How did you find the session?
I really enjoyed it. It was challenging, so that was good.
Good. Was there anything you weren't confident with the session?
No, I think you covered everything, so I felt comfortable with technique and everything.
Okay. Anything you'd like to do again at our next session?
I love the strength things, so
Yes.
the lunges and things like that I really enjoy.
Okay, you did a fantastic job. Well
Thank
done.
you.
See you on Monday at 9 for our next session.
See you then, look forward to it.
Okay.